Viewing audiences, radio listeners, greetings. Today is a very exciting day for the St. Kitts Nevis Football Association, and I'm here with you as General Secretary, Ms. Tishel McLean. Next to me, I have the President of the St. Kitts Nevis Football Association, Mr. Atiba Harris, goalkeeper coach of our U20 national team, Mr. Jamal Jeffers, captain of our U20 national team, Mr. Kaja Burnham. And on my immediate left, I have Ms. Jovita Hazel, Marketing Supervisor of Concacaf St. Kitts Limited, and Ms. Heidi Williams, Sales Supervisor. Welcome to all. Let me take this opportunity to acknowledge the presence of the media houses. Presently, we are live on Freedom FM, TVC Channel 40, Sknfa Facebook and YouTube pages. I would like to acknowledge the presence of ZIZ Broadcasting, St. Kitts Nevis Observer, SKN Newsline, SKN Vibes, and Sugar City 90.3. Now, why are we here today? We're here today to acknowledge two significant moments. One, the announcement and official notification of our U20 squad for participation in the Concacaf U20 Championship, and the official partnership of Concacaf St. Kitts Nevis Limited. I will turn over to our President, Mr. Atiba Harris, to give you more details on this.
Thank you, Madam General Secretary. Allow me to adopt the protocol that was ably established. Madam General Secretary Tishel McLean, goalkeeper coach Jamal Jeffers of the Under-20 national team, captain and future star Kaja Burnham of the Under-20 national team, St. Kitts and Nevis national team. To my left, Ms. Jovita Hazel and Heidi Williams of representatives from Concacaf, media houses, member clubs, executive, Sugar Boys fans, and everyone in the diaspora community. Welcome to this exclusive press conference to introduce our U20 national team, men national team, who will be participating in the Concacaf Championship right here at the St. Kitts Nevis Technical Center, and our exclusive partnership, which is going to help fuel our under-20 boys and our footballers here in St. Kitts and Nevis with the Sani Water and Powerade. Thank you for coming out and looking forward to great things. I'm encouraging all of St. Kitts and Nevis to come out here to the Technical Center from the 23rd, when the Sugar Boys on the 20 team will come up against Puerto Rico in the opening match. I'm confident that the boys are going to do well, going to represent us, and looking forward to a great showing. Jensen.
Now, we'll have the official handing over of the jersey, but before we get to that, we will do that with our captain of the team. We will just ask the goalkeeper coach to give us some insight as to how preparations were.
Good morning to all the viewers. My name is Jamal Jeffers, the goalkeeper coach for the Under-20 men's team. So just to give you guys some insight as to what's been going on, we've been working very hard for the last 3 to 4 months. We've been putting in double sessions at time, making sure that the players follow the right nutrition and everything so that they could accomplish the main goal, which is to perform for the upcoming tournament on the 23rd to the 27th. Here I have our captain, Mr. Kaja Burnham. We've been working really hard. We've been putting it together, me and the coaching staff, sitting down, making sure that these players are being trained the right way. If I could take you a little bit back on last night's sessions where we were doing They are the new future of St. Kitts and Nevis senior men's football. they're the ones who are going to be taking over soon. So this is just a start for them to start performing at the right appropriate age, so that at the end of the day, tomorrow, some of the senior players, the Romain Sayers, the Kimari Rogers, the Jelani Archibalds, they could now hang up their boots and have these young gentlemen come in and, start preparing themselves to be ambassadors of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Kaja, as captain for the U20 team, just give us some brief insights as to how your journey has been.
Good morning. The journey has been fun, exciting. As coach said, we have been putting in extra work, training twice a day.
Okay, we'll continue now and we'll make a presentation of the jersey to the captain of our St. Kitts Nevis U20 national team. Mr. President.
Thank you, Madam. I'll now turn over the Sugar Boys official home kit to future star and captain Kaja Baldwin.
Now remember I said that today is an exciting day for the St. Kitts Nevis Football Association. So our second part, I want to take this opportunity to officially welcome our first official sponsor for the 2024 Sknfa football season on board Concacaf St. Kitts Nevis Limited. Now, Concacaf didn't just wait for us to embark on our posting of the local leagues, but they wanted to get on board as soon as we started our first official tournament, which is the Concacaf U20 Qualifiers. So I'm going to turn it over to the president again to welcome Concacaf on board, and then I'll ask the St. Kitts Nevis, St. Kitts Limited.
Thank you again, Madam General Secretary. As to reiterate what the General Secretary has said, this is our first major sponsor for the 2024 season, and not just the 2024 season. And I'm going to put Concacaf on the spot because I'm expecting it to be a lifetime partnership, so that football is a very challenging sport where a lot of running, a lot of water and isotonics needed. So it's gonna definitely see Powerade here, Dasani, and we're looking forward to encouraging the players, keeping them fresh, keeping them hydrated, and looking forward to a long-term partnership with Concacaf, particular Powerade and Dasani. Thank you, Javito. Welcome.
On behalf of Concacaf St. Kitts Limited, it's a pleasure to be a part of the St. Kitts Nevis Football Association, and we're looking forward to many more years of partnership. As we know, Powerade is the main isotonic before electrolytes, which is real important for athletes when they're training and during game seasons. Thank you again for partnering with us.
Now we'll have the official signing of the contract or agreement with Concacaf between the President and Concacaf St. Kitts Limited. President.
sign it.
Witness, yeah.
Actually, we'll just sign
Thank you, Concacaf St. Kitts Limited, for becoming our hydration partnership for the 2024 Sknfa football season. Now, as I said, today was an exciting day for St. Kitts Nevis Football Association. I am going to give our media houses the opportunity, should they have any questions or anything that they would want to say at this time. The floor is open. Please, if you have the questions, you can go by the microphone and ask.
For those persons who are familiar with the selection process of selecting the squad for the team. And I have a question for the captain. He seems a bit nervous. Will you be nervous against the countries that you will be coming up against? Are you ready in terms of the preparation with your squad?
the general selection.
General selection.
So just to talk a little bit about the selection of the present team that it's going to represent St. Kitts and Nevis in the Concacaf Championship. So usually we pick the best players with the appropriate age group who plays in the St. Kitts and Nevis Premier League and abroad who are eligible to play for St. Kitts and Nevis. However, we bring those pool of players together and we put them under training sessions. After we've done those training sessions, we, the coaches, staff, and the management, we do all of the analysis and then we try to pick a squad. Usually sometimes it starts at 40 and then it goes to 30. And then from 30 it goes to 20, which is the 20 that represents the country. So some of the key factors for selection, your attendance, your professionalism, the way you speak, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself in the streets, and of course, your on-field intensity. So those are our key factors that would makes it beneficial for players to get selected. And like I said, you have players who are abroad who are eligible to play for St. Kitts and Nevis just like any other country, who have relatives from the island, who may not be living here but have relatives on the island who are eligible. So the selection is, like I said, it's quite easy. Just take our walk through it just now. So it's just the appropriate age group and those key factors that would enable you to get select for the under 20 buys.
Okay. Like, who are the persons responsible for the selection itself? Like, does the president have a say, or the coaches themselves have a say? Those type of stuff.
Being selectors, coaches are being drafted to different age group for different teams for St. Kitts and Nevis. We have the 13s, the 15s, the 17s, and whatever. Go straight up to the senior men. So after they selected a staff, the staff will now come together and start looking at players in the football world. After they've been looking at the players, playing with their respective clubs, then they draft players together on a squad. And that's when we call the players in now to train. And after that squad is being selected, then we chop that down until we reach a complete team.
Well, like I said, we have been training in the past months, and on the 23rd, 25th, the 27th, I am confident that we're going to go there, put our best foot forward, and make our country proud.
Okay, German able Sknfa. A couple of questions. One, can you give us, I don't know if you have the entire squad, the final squad that's going to be taking part in the tournament, One. Two, can you just give us a little insight, as I know this wasn't mentioned, even though some of us may have the details of the tournament itself. And also, what's the overarching goal for the association coming out of this under-20 championship qualifiers that you guys have here? I know it's the next generation, but are there key players that you're looking at within the under-20 setup to transition into the senior team?
Trying to do is gather a pool of players, collecting the database, and we see the under-20 team, the under-20 national men's team, as the future for the future players for our senior team. Given that the World Cup is a World Cup year, World Cup cycle, the 2026 World Cup, which we dub the best chance opportunity in a very long time that St. Kitts and Nevis actually have a realistic chance of qualifying, given that the 3 host nations are coming from Concacaf, leaving spots available for us. So we're going to utilize this tournament as an opportunity. The players are going to be on the showcase. We recently had the scouting showcase where a number of these same players were identified, and after this tournament, a number of them will be going off on trials and have college opportunities to further their careers. So we see them as a development, the development stage, where the next step is to go into the senior team to represent us as ambassadors. So that this tournament coming up next week going to be an ideal showcase for them to show the rest of St. Kitts and Nevis what they have to offer. The next session.
The squad selection.
So,
you have the squad. Yeah.
So, squad selection. So the final squad, General Secretary.
So our 20 players who have been selected to represent the St. Kitts Nevis Football Association U20 team is Kai Trotman, Ashon Maynard, Kejon Watley, Darren Thomas, Jamal Lewis, Devion Harvey, Naeem Gillard, Shamar Burke, Gabriel Vanterpool, Kaja Burnham, Chris Brown, LeBron Edwards, Zama Green, Dequan Hamilton, Akane Samuel Francis, Devon Mills, Shervin King, Rondell Williams, Hasdan Marshall, and Josiah Bradshaw.
Okay, I'd ask about, just to give the listening public audience an insight into the actual tournament itself. What's the makeup of the tournament that St. Kitts and Nevis will be playing? Many of us in this room may understand, but the public do not know. And also, when you finish, to the Concacaf reps, how much did St. Kitts and Nevis's performance in the Gold Cup last year influence your determination, your decision to actually come and be part of, and partner rather, with the Sknfa?
To be honest, normally hydration drinks, which is the pouring, which is an isotonic, which is perfect for athletes to replenish their sweats and all that. And then we have the water, the Sani water, which is also a mineral water, which also replenishes the sweat. So for not just only choosing football, but we normally look for sports for us to incorporate our brands there as well. Yes, it is definitely a plus.
Okay. So, St. Kitts and Nevis will be hosting 2 groups. Our group, obviously, home nation. they're going to be hosted here at the Technical Center. The winner of each group going to move on to the next round. The U20 Championship, Concacaf Championship, is also a World Cup qualifier. So going on to the next round would be vitally important for our group, and we're looking forward to great things.
Good morning, I'm Rashad Dixon, St. Kitts News Observer. My question more so from a team perspective. Playing at home, there may be additional pressures for you to perform. How do you feel the tournament being hosted here in St. Kitts? How do you feel that will impact on your preparation, your performance, and overall confidence? And secondly, last year the Sknfa also hosted the Concacaf Club Shield. Is hosting tournaments. I know we see you hosting 2 groups in the under 20 competition. Is hosting tournaments a point of is an angle that the Sknfa looking to attack in order to boost economic activity within the country?
We want the supporters to come out and really, support the boys, because at the end of the day, they're representing the island with something positive. However, playing at home at times would be very challenging, but at the end of the day, me, who have been in that position already, I know what to expect. So I'll pass my knowledge to the younger players and ensure that they have the right mindset so that they could overcome everything. Because we all know at the end of the day, we have individual families and we have people who are going to come out and watch us. But if we play together as a team for St. Kitts and Nevis, I'm sure that the boys will go out and do a really good job.
Thank you. So similar to last year when we hosted the Concacaf Club Shield tournament with 15 teams, we would have made football would have made its contribution to the economy in boosting, hosting many nationals from overseas. They would have invested in our economy and also help our private sectors as well. So hosting this tournament, we just continue with our mandate in building football tourism or sports tourism in general, which has a major impact on our society. We want to utilize this opportunity to help our youngsters, our young men and women, so that they can see a way out and bring in these games, these tournaments closer to home, so that way their parents actually, who may not afford it, to go overseas and see their children play in person, could now see their children represent the country at home and feel proud moving forward.
One more question. The matches will be hosted right here at the Technical Center in St. Peter's. One would ask, why not Warner Park? What's the capacity the Technical Center here would, allow for persons, and a little bit more details into the time for the matches and the ticket prices if there will be a cost to enter. So if you can clarify that, as in if your expectations of the support level for the under 20 to come out on top. If, let's say, the entire football, fraternity in St. Kitts want to come and support the entire team, would the Technical Center fill that capacity to host all of those persons?
Thank you. So the venue was selected by Concacaf. It was a decision by Concacaf to utilize the Sknfa Technical Center for the hosting of the matches. One might see Warner Park Football Stadium as a national historic stadium, and it's iconic as well, and we'll continue to utilize Warner Park. Currently, we're in negotiation with the government, the Ministry of Sports to be in particular, on a lease for Warner Park Football Stadium, because we do understand the history of Warner Park. So now we have actually 3 venues in St. Kitts and Nevis where we can utilize for international matches. And so fortunate, Concacaf, based on the tournament last year, Concacaf would have chosen this particular venue, the Sknfa Technical Center, for this tournament. So in going forward, other venues gonna be considered to host matches, except for like the World Cup qualifiers that's coming up in June, etc. So we anticipate the normal support where the fans, parents, etc. come out and support their kids, their players from their respective teams to represent the country. I know Kaja and the boys are extremely motivated. I know he's not a big speaker, but you see him on the field, you see different. And come the 23rd, we are confident that the boy is going to represent us in a positive way. So I'll now turn it over to the General Secretary who handles these matters.
Okay, to add to what the President would have stated, the match days are the 23rd, we'll come up against Puerto Rico, the 25th, we'll come up against Haiti, and then again on the 27th, Cayman Islands. Now, St. Kitts Nevis Football Association is hosting 2 groups in this tournament, Groups E and Groups F, in which we are in Group E. Now I'm going to list the countries that are participating in these groups so that we just not only invite our local Kittitians and divisions, but also to open it up to the public to understand that this is a Caribbean thing, this is a regional thing, and we have to let our presence be known. So the teams that are participating in Group E are Haiti, Puerto Rico, St. Kitts Nevis, and Cayman Islands, and in Group F, Jamaica, Bermuda, Grenada, and Martinique. Now, the cost for this event is only $15. The venue, as the President already stated, is the St. Kitts Nevis Football Association Technical Center. The times each day will be doubleheader. It's going to be from the 23rd to 28th of February. Doubleheader starts at 4 p.m. and our second game starts at 7 p.m. In addition, we would have started a vigorous campaign in the high schools across the Federation to invite persons to come out. We also went ahead and we invited the teams for these schools so that we can get these young men to understand the importance of football and what it brings to an individual. So the teams are allowed to enter free of cost. So I'm asking everybody to come out in your national colors and come and support our U20 boys as we participate in the Concacaf U20 Championship. Thank you very much.
Okay, 2 questions from me. One, Mr. President, you spoke about the World Cup qualifiers later this year. How is preparation going regarding the World Cup qualifiers, which starts shortly, probably in April? And also, you spoke about Warner Park itself. I know the technical center has been utilized a lot. Warner Park technically is in a state of disrepair, for want of a better word, the surface and so forth. What's your position and the Sknfa's position on the possibility of having that venue upgraded to make it one of the, I don't want to say premier, but one of the best venues to hold football, whether locally or regionally?
To answer your second question, that's the reason why we in negotiation with the lease agreement for Warner Park, so that way we can help develop Warner Park and refurbish the surface, the facility itself. We know there's some work to be done, and we want to continue to do our part. Over the years, the Sknfa would have invested heavily in infrastructure improvement of Warner Park facility, and we want to continue that trend. In terms of the World Cup qualifier preparation, our senior men's national team coaches have been looking at our players in the diaspora community as well as the local players who are actually in pre-season at the moment. The season is due to start in the beginning of March 1st, where local football will be back right after the Under-20 tournament. So that way we can have full focus there and preparation for the World Cup qualifiers.
If there are no other questions, then we'll just wrap up this interview segment and take this opportunity once again to thank you very much for coming out and supporting our partnership with Concacaf St. Kitts Limited. In addition, your continuous support in regards to football within the Federation, particularly now our U20 team. So come out on the 23rd to the 28th and support our team, not just on our match days for our games, but just support the tournament in general. Come out in your national colors. The cost is $15. Again, the date is 23rd to 28th of February, right here at the Sknfa Technical Center. Thank you very much and do enjoy the rest of your day.